What's up, folks? So today we're going to do a quick spoiler-free review of Blood and Fire by Ryan Cahil, which is book 1 in the Bound and the Broken series. I feel like this review is better done as a spoiler-free review, so I'm just going to stick with it that way. But essentially, I felt very torn about this book. It was good. It was good. I really enjoyed my read of it. I read it pretty quick at the beginning of the month, at the beginning of January. And as I'm reading it, I'm going through the book and I'm thinking, this feels like another book I've read. I don't know what it is, but it just feels like another book I've read. And I think a lot of people feel that way because I looked around and watched some other reviews and read some reviews online. And it does seem like a lot of people feel similarly to me. So I guess I don't feel too out of pocket saying this, but to me, when I was reading it, I was like, this feels like 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒌𝒔 or any number of other fantasy books that I've read. It was just a lot of the usual tropes being reestablished at the beginning of this series. Now, that's not to say that I didn't enjoy it because of that. Still very much enjoyed the book. I thought the writing was well done. I really enjoyed the main three boys, Kalen and his two good friends. Forgive me, I read this book at the beginning of the month. I don't remember their names, and I just want to record this review really quick. But yeah, I really enjoyed the three of them. I thought that they were a lot of fun to go on an adventure with. There was definitely good suspense built throughout. I think Ryan Cahil does a great job of making it feel like a very large world with plenty to explore over the course of the series. The map up front at the beginning of the book is great. I love the map, and there's a good world map you can find online with more details. But that's a big thing for me, is like the map has got to be good, and the map is definitely really good at the beginning of this book. Yeah, it's like all of the setup for a very good series. The only thing is that I just felt like I had read a lot of this before in other fantasy books. Now, the reason why I'm doing this review mainly is because I just want to establish this in video format now. I have heard that after this book, after the first book, that the series just totally gets incredible. That it just blows your expectations out of the water after this first book. If I didn't know that, I wouldn't be so sure that I would continue the series from this point on. Or maybe I would, I just wouldn't be like, rushing to do so. From watching a variety of other reviews, I understand that this gets very, very good very quickly after the first book, which is understandable. This is Ryan Cahil's first book, so maybe he's just kind of like stretching his legs and getting comfortable as a writer, which totally makes sense to me. And if considering this is a first book, this is a fucking incredible first book. I just happen to be judging it against everything else that I've read recently by a variety of, well-established authors. So this shouldn't be a slight at Ryan Cahil. He wrote a very good first fantasy book. It just makes me very excited to hear that it gets much better after the first one. So yeah, I'm going to wrap up the video here. Essentially, I really enjoyed this story. It felt slightly lackluster in some elements, only because I felt like it had overdone tropes within it, but I know that this series is supposed to get much better, so I'm very excited to continue it. And I would definitely recommend that you give this book a shot. I feel like this would be a good fantasy book to recommend to somebody who is just getting into the world of fantasy. I feel like this is a really great starter book for someone. With that being said, if you like this video, drop a like down below. Maybe drop a comment if you have something to say about this book. Subscribe to the channel for more videos, and I will see everybody in the next review.